So a regular polygon has congruent sides and angles. So this is going to apply to any regular polygon, right? So anything that has all of its sides congruent, so this is a regular hexagon, right? So anything with all the sides and angles congruent. So when we have a regular polygon, right, we have a point in the center, just kind of like we do with the circle, right? So from that center point, you can draw a line that goes to the middle of one of the other sides, or of any of the sides, and forms a right angle with it. Okay? So that is what we call the apothem. Right? And we will use that to find the area of these figures.
You said apothem.
No, apothem. So, the formula to find the area of any regular polygon is apothem times perimeter divided by 2. So, A is the apothem, P is the perimeter of your polygon.
Is that what was on that worksheet yesterday?
It shouldn't have been. Yesterday was just...
Did we have any of those? I thought we did.
No.
In the videos you posted last week, it doesn't count like it but you kept saying like something about formula keys. I don't have one.
Yes, you were absent the day. I will make you a copy of one. Yes, you were not here the day that... I think I have one posted on the wall on LMS.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'll print you out a copy of one.
They're pretty.
Yes, I'll have to see what pretty colors I have left. I don't know. I'm running low on cardstock. But we'll find you a pretty color. Okay, so perimeter. What is perimeter? Right, distance around it. So the nice thing about these is if you know one side, right, all the sides are the same, right? So let's say this is, each side length is 5. What's our perimeter going to be?
5
Times 6, because there's 6 sides, right? So the perimeter would be 30 for this one. Okay? So that's the biggest thing you've got to remember. It's perimeter, not just the length of one of those sides. You have to make sure that you're multiplying it by the number of sides that you have. All right? So let's go ahead and do an example. All right. Are we ready? Okay. So let's make it fun. Oh, let's do an octagon.
Oh gosh, it's so good.
That's a really bad octagon.
All the octagons and hexagons and stuff, I can watch it. Oh wow. I know it all.
All right, let's try it again. Actually, let's see if I have some clip art for that.
Kind of sort of looks like an
Yours is good. Mine's like missing.
Well, it's like an Easter egg.
Maybe if I do it shorter. I used the lines on my paper on the phone.
Yeah, that's the key.
All junior Civitan students need to meet Mrs. Huffman in the cafeteria at 20 minutes after 11 today. All junior Civitan students need to meet Ms. Huffman in the cafeteria at 20 minutes after 11. Thank you.
Okay, I don't have clip art.
Do you just sign up for junior? Yeah.
Yes.
It's actually really good. I know. was gonna do it Sunday, but I totally didn't want to do so.
Yeah, I have to do it next time.
I feel like I wanna do it just for
You
the
say you
quiz.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
All right, I'm struggling with this after. My first one was better.
Wired.
Yeah, you're not gonna get any part, right?
What? No.
Presidents is good for college. Yeah.
All right, so we have an octagon. So we're going to draw the apophthegm. I'm gonna draw it over here. So again, the apophthegm, guys, can go from the middle to the center of any of the sides. It doesn't matter which one. It's going to be the same length regardless. So let's say that that is 12.1. And let's say that one of our sides is 10. All right. So that means that A is what? 12.1. And what would our perimeter be? How are we going to find that? 80, right? We're going to do 10 times 8 because there are 8 sides in the octagon. So to find our area, we're going to do apophthegm times perimeter divided by 2. So we're going to do 12.1 times 80 divided by 2. So I want to see this on your papers, right? I want to see that you are plugging in the correct numbers in the correct spots. Right, because on your test, when it comes test time, because we're nearing the end of this chapter, right, we've got another section after this. If you guys just plug in numbers in your calculator and give me a number, if you get it wrong, I have to count the whole thing wrong. Right, because but if I can see that you just plugged in a side instead of the perimeter, or you didn't divide by 2, like, I need to see that you know what you're doing. So please get in the habit of showing me that, like, what formula you're using, the numbers plugged in. Then you can just, like, plug that in the calculator and get an answer. That's fine. But at the very least, show me this. Like this part right here.
Okay.
All right? So please make sure you're doing that on your homework and stuff. That way we can make sure that I can give you some partial credit. Okay, so then what does that give us?
484.
All right, so then our final answer is 484. Okay.
Wait, do we label that? Like,
If it gives you a number, like if it gives you a unit, yeah. So like in the example here, this technically gives you everything in centimeters. So it would be centimeters squared. I'm not as picky about labels for stuff with geometry class because I get picky with you guys about that in physical science. So. Yep. Okay, so. Any questions?
is that all?
That's it.
Oh, this is so easy.
I like this.
You say that.
I like area.
I wouldn't
This
go that far,
chapter
but it's easy.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
area.
I figured you guys would like this stuff a lot better.
This is a whole lot
Are we
easier
gonna
than
finish this book?
We'll get pretty close. I don't typically do the last like 2 chapters. Just because
We're only halfway.
the last part of it goes way faster though. Like, I mean, really, we're over halfway. There's 12 chapters in it. And I skip chapter 12 typically because that's a lot of like trig stuff that you guys are not needing yet. I'll hit that towards the end of Algebra 2. All right, so on page 330, we are doing 14 through 18.
Only 14 to 13?
Yes.
Oh, is it like
And then tomorrow we've got a worksheet where we're going to practice more of these.
Oh, that is
18.
not bad. Wow, this
14 through 8.
I like this.
Daddy. Watch it be like 5.